Bob Gallagher, the mayor of the city of Bettendorf, Iowa. Today is Friday, January 12th, 2024. We're out at Public Works because we had a great big snow event. Big number of inches, big number of hours. All these guys were out doing great work for the city of Bettendorf. So we came today to learn a little bit about what it's like to be on shift with the folks moving snow. Gentlemen, welcome to the Mayor's Message. We're glad you're here.
Thank you, Bob. My name is Brandon Stanton.
Hey, Brandon.
I am Mason Shannon.
Mason, how are you guys?
Good, how are you?
So you guys worked our first event, is that right?
Correct.
Tell us how you get scheduled to work an event. Are there 12-hour shifts, 15-hour shifts, 2-hour shifts? What does that look like?
Well, I would say it all starts on, it's a big preparation of, the timing the snow is coming, make sure we're all rested, we're not tired. We're going to be on the road for 12 hours plus.
Okay.
There's a lot into it to get started with it all.
So who puts the brine down on the streets before those snowfalls or snow events?
So it's a combination of a few guys. We have a few guys in the sewer room that do it. I believe a few guys in the street department's done it. They go out and it's an all-day brine. You do your main roads. We want to make sure the mains are wide open.
Right.
So it's kind of a toss up between a few guys.
Perfect. So the snow event starts. Is there a trigger to when we put the trucks on the street?
So it all depends on, it used to be when PD used to call.
Sure.
Police department, and they would say, but depending on the circumstances, if like these last few big storms, we try to get ahead of the game. It kind of stinks if we get out there and there's already 2-3 inches of snow, and then it's just a mess. Everyone's slipping, they're sliding. So we kind of want to get ahead of the game. So like this last event, we actually went out right as the snow was about starting, and we were prepared and ready to go this time.
In this last event, how many times would you do a thoroughfare, for instance, Middle Road or Devil's Glen? You did it more than once. I saw them out there all kinds of times.
Yep, so we actually have designated trucks. We have 2 designated main trucks that do the north side and middle and the south side and middle.
Wing plow?
Yep, with the big wing plow and everything. We all have our own little certain routes that we end up doing.
Sure. It helps you get used to it.
Yep.
And figure out what the hazards are. Speaking of hazards,
there's a lot out there.
like what?
So there's a lot of cars. A lot of people, when they just think that they can still go 45 miles an hour down a slippery road.
Yeah.
So it just doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
For us, there's a lot of hazards. We look at it, and we have big blend, a mid-mount. We got to worry about what's ahead of us, side of us, behind us, everywhere.
So talk to me about people coming from behind you, because I'm watching folks, especially in the first snowplow season, first plow of the season, they're coming right up to trucks with the big signs that say stay 50 feet back. You're putting salt down. They're trying to get around you on shoulders. I'm just going, you're going to die.
It's always that first big snow that they forget they're still summer driving.
Okay.
So that's how I look at it. That first big one, they're all think they're still in summer.
So what kind of hazards do you face? Same kind of things?
Yeah, I do a little bit of plowing on 53rd Street, and especially when you cut into your turn lanes, there'll be cars that try to pass you on the outside.
So you're going down the street, and you're going to go to the left towards the middle
Yep.
to hit the turn lane,
Yep.
but then you veer back in. So you were probably going like all the way out to the roundabout.
Yeah.
And people then on the 2 lanes of 53rd will try to cut past you.
Exactly.
And then you're coming back over.
Exactly.
All right.
So people make sure to stay back.
Please stay back. Understand to give them 50 feet. Get away from the plow trucks. Let me tell you, go check out the Mayor's Message where we do the snowplow rodeo. That ain't easy. These are big trucks. It's really hard to do. I have a great time with it, but it's hard.
Yeah.
Chris, tell us about this first snow event. We had how many folks out driving plow trucks of any size?
Yeah, we had 14 trucks out of main trucks. That doesn't include the parks folks doing the trails and all of our city parking lots as well. But we did just under 5,000 miles this week.
Okay.
2 overnight rotations of 24 hours. So pushed the guys quite hard. I believe these 2 guys both did 15-hour days, 2 days in a row.
Holy cow.
So we got a nice little break today so we can get them home to their families before we face what's coming tonight and into tomorrow. So we'll probably be doing the same thing. So we have about 10,000 miles in under our belts this week alone.
Week to 10 days and you're getting 10,000 miles.
Yeah, and you're going to put down about 2,000 tons of salt.
So
what you helped us with is
we had a great opportunity to hop in and use the bucket truck. Is that what it is? Bucket.
This is a loader.
Loader and pick up salt to bring it into the truck here that spreads the salt.
Yeah. Each of these guys on their shift, there's 10 routes plus the 2 mains they mentioned. Each of those guys will roughly fill up 3 to 4 times on the shift. So they'll be in doing just what you did 3 or 4 times during their shift. They'll come back, put out. So
how many tons does a truck like this hold?
I believe 3.
3.
Yes.
5.
Oh,
That was
sorry,
up to 5? Okay.
5.
So 5. And in a single bucket, I can get about 3 if I'm doing it right.
Right.
We did it for understanding how to do it. I didn't want to have a huge bucket
No, it
pour
great
all over
first
the
time.
darn sidewalk here. So we didn't
It's all
hit
right, it
anything.
happens, you know, we spill a little bit, but
Yeah.
you know, guys are going, we're trying to keep everybody moving and keep
Sure,
out
then
on
you
their
clean
routes.
that back up.
Yeah.
It's
And then the other part that they do during that 24 hours while we're plowing, they've got to rotate into the sanitation work. So some guy could get out of a plow, have to jump in the sanitation truck and go help us so we can keep those services going.
Sure, you got to pick up the trash and the recycling.
Correct.
And you did a great job of that both Monday and Tuesday of this week.
Appreciate
Well, all kinds of stuff was going on.
The wind's
Most of
going
us
to be
couldn't
an
get out
issue.
of our drives on Monday, and yet you guys picked it up.
Yeah, we still, you know, a few mailboxes here and there, a little bit of sod here and there,
Yep.
and
We
you know,
made
it
it
just
right.
happens. We put some snow on some sidewalks. Sometimes it's just kind of part of the process that we try to minimize, but we're not always so lucky.
Tell me about this. We get complaints sometimes when people get their driveway clear, but then the plow truck comes by and they're upset that there's now new snow for them to clear. They say they get plowed in by the plow truck. Talk to me about that scenario. Clearly, there's not much we can do. We're doing the best we can.
It's really difficult because there's nowhere to put the snow. If we could store it somewhere, we would. If there's no houses on one side of the street, we plow everything to that side. But it's kind of equal pain when we have houses on both sides. It's got to go somewhere. So sometimes it's knowing when we're done plowing. So you only had to do it once or twice.
Sure.
Instead of coming out and doing it, and then we've made passes. So we do hear, you know, you're plowing too much, which, you know, it's a pain to get to the end of your driveway. So pushing up in front of your driveway a little ways to make some storage. I know it's more work, but it does provide a little relief from the driveway getting plowed in.
So if you know which side of the street you're on, and you know that the plow's coming on that side, if you got some snow, got rid of some snow on the grass area before your driveway, you got storage there.
Correct.
Okay.
That'll reduce your pain a little bit.
Yeah, makes good sense. We sometimes hear, and I know we've talked about this before, plow driver was flying, which it kind of feels sometimes like they could be because they're so damn big and they're pushing snow.
Sure.
But talk to us about how we know exactly how fast they're going and exactly where they are every minute of the day.
Every truck has the GPS unit on it, so it's hitting the satellite. We're telling us how fast he's going, what location they're in, and we can watch them for their whole shift. They use that as a tool to check themselves, make sure they've got all their coverage.
Did I forget that little cul-de-sac or whatever?
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, it's a good tool to use for everybody to check, you know, make sure I didn't miss anything, and it works out pretty good.
Especially if you're up 15 hours and you're plowing the same streets a second or third time. I don't know how you keep it straight without a GPS.
Yeah, and the other thing is if you're going too fast, the salt product's going to fly off the road and not do any good. So they want to stay around 25 miles an hour.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you guys very much for all you do to keep the roads safe here in Bettendorf. We really appreciate
Thanks for coming out, Mayor.
You bet. I love coming out and learning. Thanks again, Chris, for the opportunity. Thanks for jumping in the cab and telling me how to do things. Appreciate you, Mark. What a great opportunity to learn. I hope you got a lot out of this. Now you can kind of feel what it's like to be in the cab. Check out some of the videos on our Facebook page and on our website. Jeff Ryder, our assistant city administrator, hopped in a cab with a great guy who took him around for a couple hours, and there's a video there to show you what Mr. Hoffman and Mr. Ryder were up to during the first snow event in their plow. Have a great weekend. Stay safe. Give our plows room to work, please. Thank you.